Review number 1. 5 out of 5 stars. I installed this in my wife's MacBook Pro, mid-2012, non-Retina, MacBook Pro 9,2, and the installation process could not be more of a breeze. Once the new drive was in, I did a fresh install of OS X 10.10 from USB stick. Then restored user accounts, apps, etc., from the HD just removed from the Mac, attached with this cable, rather than using Time Machine backup. Since I was already opening the computer, I also upgraded the memory to 8 GB using this kit once the OS was installed and all data transferred. The difference in boot time, application launch time, and overall performance was nothing short of dramatic. MS Word now opens instantaneously. Night and day. I'm sure extra memory is not hurting, either, with things like running multiple apps at the same time and application switching. After the upgrade, it feels like a brand new computer. I was originally waiting to upgrade the 500 GB hard drive that come with the Mac once prices of SSD drop enough to make a 1 TB a bit more economical, but I'm really glad I did not wait. The expected longevity/endurance of Samsung's 3D technology along with the price point of just over $200, with tax, were the two key deciding factors, expected perform acne gains being a given. Could not be happier. Will be interesting to see if there is any noticeable improvement in battery life and how the drive performs after a year or so, given trim is not permitted by Apple on third-party SSDs. BTW, the drive itself looks really good. I realize the case is superfluous and rather irrelevant in an internal SSD. It will never be seen again after reinserting the back cover, but once installed amid the tidy MacBook innards, the drive looks perfectly at home, actually matching the other components in terms of aesthetics. Note: once your drive is installed and configured in your Mac, restart holding Option Command RP to make your computer stop looking for the old boot drive and start up right away. Google Option Command RP for details. From pressing the Start button to fully loaded desktop, this PowerBook now takes just under 20 seconds. Review number 2. 5 out of 5 stars. I bought this to replace the HDD that comes with Lenovo Y40. I felt the machine was not as fast as I expected and decided to get this SSD. There were no reviews, but I thought I couldn't go wrong with this latest Samsung model. I was worried that the process to copy all data from original disk to new would be complicated, but luckily it was a breeze. This SSD comes with a CD containing the migration software and Magician, for performance improvements. If you don't have an optical drive on your laptop, like me, you'll need to find another PC to copy the installation software to a USB drive or upload somewhere to the internet. I didn't find the migration software on Samsung website. Edit: Gohan Rocks 12 comment provided where to find the migration software on Samsung website. I also bought an external case from Amazon. It was used initially with the SSD to migrate the data and now I use it with the HDD that was originally in my laptop. The migration software was really easy to use. I just picked the two existing partitions from original 1TB HDD and it set the two partitions on the 250GB SSD. I was able to readjust the size of the partitions and then it started the copying process. It took a few minutes to copy around 60 GB of data. I believe under 10 minutes. After it was finished, I just removed old drive, installed the new one and everything was working. Didn't have any problems booting Windows 8 or anything else. I then ran the Magician software and asked to optimize disk for performance and enabled the rapid feature. I was running the Magician performance tests and they significantly improved after enabling rapid. Now everything loads blazing fast and I'm very happy with my laptop and this SSD. Update: there were some questions about ability of the migration software to copy the factory recovery partition to the SSD. GohanRocks12 clarified it. Here is his comment: limitations of the software. 6 OEM recovery partitions, generated at the factory by computer manufacturers, cannot be replicated. As another customer noted in the comments, it may be a good idea to keep the original HDD around just in case you need to recover from disaster. Review number 3. 5 out of 5 stars. Thanks to a few YouTube reviews, I selected the 850 EVO 250 for my MacBook Pro 2013. For those who are on the fence, I would recommend running a read/write speed test using an app like Blackmagic via the Apple App Store. My original rating was roughly 25 MBs write and 50 MBs read, with the standard 500 GB HDD. I used a simple SATA adapter cloning kit for under $20 to connect the 2.5 SSD to my Mac via USB. Once you connect the drive, the system disk utility launches and you can rename and partition the SSD easy. I used the Carbon Copy Cloner trial version cloning software after I partitioned the drive and transferred all data via cloning utility. The transfer took less than 15 minutes and verified successful transfer via disk utility. Once done, I powered off and removed the back case of the MacBook, removed the 4 screws that retained the HDD and slipped the SATA connector off. I connected the new SSD via the SATA connector and replaced all retaining screws. After removing the hex screws from the HDD, I placed them on the new SSD. Upon powering back up, there was a slight delay, but once done, perfect. My speeds boosted to about 330 MBs write and over 500 MBs read. Disclaimer: this number will vary based on what you have running while conducting the test. No problems as of this post. Apps launch much faster and you will be amazed at how quick the OS launches after you power up or log in. Great purchase for great price, speedy delivery, and with the use of simple cables you will be happy, I'm sure. Leave me a message if you have a question.